welcome to Real Spit Talk.
No, it's not an excuse.
It is.
No, it's not an excuse.
It is.
It's not. No.
It is.
It's not an excuse.
Right,
But in order to change something, you have to know the source. You have to know why it started and how it started. If you don't, then you make excuses for you to continue to believe what you believe, even though it's showing you right in front of your eyes that it's different. But if you know from jump that it was a lie, that it started out as a lie, then it is only the choice of choice. Either you choose to believe it or choose not to believe it.
Right. And then at that point, you a weak ass motherfucker.
Right.
You weak as hell.
Right.
And you choose to keep riding that same way. That's a choice.
Yeah, but we still.
I'm not gonna honor that.
But we can't exclude that factor. And I feel like even as a black community, we say all the time, we talk about systemic racism and all that all the time, and then I see black women argue against each other, and they use the same thing that they use systemic racism to put us in those positions is what we're bashing each other on in the positions that we are in life. You know what I mean? From you being broke and not being able to get a job as a man or a good job as a man, that's what I'm holding you to. And for you to be this or like this as a black woman, or me wanting you to be silent or not having your rights or whatever, or being, when we talk about being submissive and all of that, this is all coming from what was systemically created or crafted to put us in these positions. So how long do we? I feel like we keep.
That's what I'm going to. How long you gonna do this?
How long do we keep arguing with each other about something that we know they put us in a position to argue with each other about?
But that was my whole point.
They can step back.
That's my whole point, though. As a people, how long the fuck y'all gonna keep on letting when we know it's in our faces? It's blatant. How long y'all gonna still be just playing the ignorant role? Because they say ignorance is bliss. Mm-hmm. How long y'all gonna keep this shit up? Because I'm at a point, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of the protesting shit. Mm-hmm. I'm sick of, I with the protesting shit, I come from a place of, now it's time to be eye for an eye. We done did the protesting shit. We done did all of
Malcolm by
any means. Because we've tested the waters when it comes to the protesting shit. Uh-huh. And I ain't gonna lie, it's gotten us a little, you know what I'm saying, further than we was. But now we in a place where they doing it on camera. They killing us in the streets on camera.
I don't even know if they
for the world to see.
Because first off, one thing I've noticed, and again, y'all can always hear me talking about white media because it's the way that they describe and put us out there. It's the way they display us. When what's the Trump people when he told them to stand back? Proud Boys.
Yeah.
When the Proud Boys were marching with their fucking guns and everything, the police were there to protect them.
Yeah, right.
And to let them walk peacefully and do what the fuck they need to do.
Mm-hmm.
Versus when black people do that initially, now y'all there with guns and stuff
and ready to
those rubber bullets shooting people.
Yes.
And it's not the same. And it's white media, the way that they display what black people, etc.
But I'm gonna tell you one thing that they don't have a problem displaying is the nastiest fucking ways that they have exterminated our asses. They ain't never shied away from that.
Yes and no.
No, they never shied. That's how I was able to see. That's how I was able to see pictures of a black woman hanging from a fucking tree, burnt up with her baby hanging from the umbilical cord. They've always plastered that. They had that shit on postcards.
Yeah, but that was back then. Now they try to hide it a little bit.
They don't try to hide shit because it's the way George Floyd had a knee on his neck.
Racial theory when you're talking about shit like that. When you're talking about shit like that, they don't teach that in school. So it's not public. They don't like to acknowledge those things.
But what I'm saying is the way that they display our deaths, the way they shoot a motherfucker in the back on camera when they know it's being filmed.
So do y'all remember what happened in Wisconsin?
Usually get away with it.
Absolutely. I'm just saying. But that's why that brings me back to my point of enough with the fucking protesting. Enough with all that. When they showing you in your motherfucking face, they do not care about
Martin.
Listen,
People trying to be Martin.
It ain't trying to be Martin because
and I'm not saying that either.
Yeah, Malcolm protested too. It was just in a different.
Yeah, Malcolm was by all means. Martin was letting
everybody quotes Martin Luther King and I Have a Dream, especially white people, because they use him.
I Have a Dream part.
I say
yeah,
not just. So and means including whatever else they use it for.
Okay.
So
listen.
So Martin Luther King said after that speech that they don't promote, and he talks about the riots because even then they were trying. It resurfaced because they were trying to use the "I Have a Dream" speech to humble the people, the rioting that was going on, and Martin Luther King mentioned. He said, "There comes a time." Mm-hmm. You can only be peaceful for so long. See, people forget. People for
peaceful party. What I'm saying.
Well, no, people because he got killed.
They killed him.
People, no, they were rioting. They were rioting then. But white America, when they're teaching history, they're using Martin as the whole Martin versus Malcolm thing. And if that was the case, they would have never came together. They killed the men because they were finna come together. Yeah. The day that Malcolm got killed, they were supposed to have a meeting.
They used him against us as a way to keep us humbled and dumbed down.
But Martin, after when the riots happened, Martin Luther King told them,
"I'm Martin, but I'm a little Malcolm too." Put your hands on
but
me.
it's because America puts Malcolm as this tyrant type of any means necessary, and Martin as this peaceful Dalai Lama ass nigga. And they know I'm saying what a white America does. So then even us as black people separate ourselves from I ain't none of Martin, I'm a Malcolm. And y'all don't know what the fuck Malcolm or Martin was willing to do when it comes to his kids or protect his kids. Why? Because they don't display that and they won't display that. But he made it very clear that the riots that y'all were seeing was a result of the shit not getting done. Mm-hmm. The peaceful protest and I said it on the news when we had the protest here. And I said that these protests isn't so that it isn't just the beginning and the end, and it isn't in hopes to get shit done. Right. This is to show y'all that we can handle things differently. This is what Martin wanted to show white people. We're not savages like y'all. We're not Neanderthals like y'all try to say. Mm-hmm. We're gonna do it. We're gonna show y'all how to do it. We created civil rights movement. And then hold on. I'm almost done. And then it's to show y'all this is the way to do it. But when y'all come at us throwing rocks, putting us in jail, what is this showing the world? It's showing the world who the real savages are. Yes. It doesn't mean that he told the people. I'm not saying don't protect yourselves. That's why you were seeing them fighting back. They don't show those videos a lot, but they're out there. It wasn't us just taking water holes and being torn up by dogs. Them niggas was decking the fuck out them police officers. Yes. Swinging on their head. They don't show that because it makes it seem like our ancestors were weak.
Yes.
Hey, you better talk your shit. People saying I am not my ancestors.
And that's when it's down to the we are not our ancestors. What you mean our ancestors?
I hate when they say that. I hate when they say shit like
blood. I'm definitely mad. You not your ancestors.
I'm definitely mad because that bloodshed was mine.
Because
that was mine.
Bloodshed, your ass go
I guess it depends on. At that point, it depends on who you are referring to of that prior person and how they handled the situation and whether
this
or not.
Is why they don't talk about my boy Nat all the time.
To extent of how Martin handled situations because the only thing that's taught in schools, even to us, is that he was the godly motherfucker in America. And the only way we're gonna know more. And the reason why him and Malcolm was going to come together is if you do other research outside of what they're teaching in school. Because Malcolm went to Mecca, and when he went to Mecca, he found out a new way. The Muslims got that nigga killed. His fucking teacher got him killed on purpose. His wives were spies for Elijah Muhammad.
Yeah, because he went against what they were about.
Because he went to Mecca and found out the truth.
Yeah.
That it wasn't about race, and the race and all of that is the racism is over here in America.
Yeah.
And that's what he was coming back to preach to them. That over there, it was about your spiritual walk.
Mm-hmm.
And the people that walk like you.
Mm-hmm.
And he was shocked because when he went there, he went to Mecca and he saw this blue-eyed white man sitting down there in robes and shit.
And
he taught him the way. But it was because of his faith in the word that he already followed is the reason why he even had an ear to listen to this man. This man know the word like I know the word.
Mm-hmm.
And then
That's
once he
what
found
I
out the
always say to
truth,
people that-
he came back, him and Martin got in touch with each other, and he told him, like, because before it was like, no, we doing this any means necessary, but it was like, now I get what you meant.
Yeah.
I see the way.
But
Let's come together because the forces of the multitude, which is the reason why they wanted Malcolm killed, because no one man should have all that
That's
power.
why it's the enemy of my enemy is my friend, you know, because even though they didn't necessarily see things the same way, and I'm not saying, because first off, we can't compare what a person would do for someone that they like your child versus what, like, if you could be you know, an advocate for the black community or for children or whatever, but that's like, and you can have all the passion for that, but it's different when it comes to your personal children, your husband, your wife, your whoever, you know, it like that's different. So we can't compare what Malcolm or what Martin would do for his family versus what, and I'm not saying that he wasn't changing. I'm just saying when most people are referring to the Malcolm over
that's because of the media, though. It goes back to the media and what they showed them.
Everything, but he was getting to the point where he was going to change and convert, because before Malcolm wasn't the all by any means, but now he at some point he got to that, and Martin was getting to that point, and obviously he was already important and such a huge figure that they targeted and felt like, you know, any time anyone's going to be a huge figure,
and both of them was killed.
Yeah,
both of them was killed. But and that brings me back to what I was saying. I believe in the eye for an eye. When you start pulling their asses up out their cribs, the way they pull us up out ours, busting down their motherfucking doors, the way that they bust ours down and shoot an innocent person while they in the fucking bed sleep. Rest in peace, Breonna Taylor.
But we're not built like
that. But we could be.
We don't have that together.
We can all be as one. Us as a people, as a race,
we don't have it in us.
We don't have it in us to kill babies and shit.
Look,
we don't have it in us to feed babies. Because that's why I said that we're gonna do that.
That's why I said earlier. Black people are the most forgiving motherfuckers on the planet. Because you can kill they can do Emmett Till how the fuck they did him, and we walk. We hold signs, we walk. We don't fear, and then we stand next to the same motherfuckers who did the shit and say, I forgive you. And we move forward. And then the same shit keeps happening over and over and over and over and over again. And we still doing the same shit we was doing back then today. It doesn't change.
Meanwhile,
it really is a crazy ass cycle. It's a crazy ass cycle because it's happening in front of our faces on a constant daily basis, and we still doing the same shit.
When you listen, when you research on frequencies and radio waves and stuff like that, you see why it doesn't, like, even when you see it in front of your face, why people still do the things that they do, and it's the reason why algorithms and stuff like that are what they are today.
But it confuses me because we can turn around and kill our own brother.
But we can
turn. But see, I'm a person I'm unplugged. So when you keep talking about systemic, I'm a person that got unplugged. So I feel like the next motherfucker can do it too. It's not no reason why they putting this. It's not no reason why they putting this shit in our faces like they is. Like we ain't shit. Like we fucking dogs that don't mean shit, have no value. They put this shit in our face.
But what are we doing? What are we doing? Because I have a lady that every time I post something on my page, she's going in about how she's tired of the protests and all of that, and we need to start taking action. Call her when we start taking action. And when all those youth was downtown taking action, we didn't see no dogs down there.
What was the action?
We didn't see no dogs down there. No, when they started tearing shit up. And the reason why, even when they started tearing shit up, and then the mayor and the governor and the chief of police said, what can we do to resolve this? And then they said, well, and then they gave them their peaceful space. And it was like, well, now we're learning that having police around black people agitates them. That they can have a good time. And it was like, okay, we're gonna give y'all peace or whatever, so that y'all can have, healing. It was the coming together. It was everybody, commuting or whatever. There was a time where the police start coming out of the Capitol. They all having riot suits, riot shields, or whatever. And this is one of the nights they always have a microphone out there. People be talking or whatever. And I grabbed the mic and I said, like, this isn't the same. This is, we're showing you different because we're different. You want to show them that you're better. It isn't you taking the punches. It's we showing you that we can be civilized. But once you cross that line, there's no more. You know what I mean? Same thing I said on the news. I'm like, that's what today's protests, riots, whatever is about now. It's about we're doing this peaceful, and you're not gonna touch nobody out. You're not gonna touch
on our end.
Let me say,
you're not gonna touch anybody out here. And as I'm explaining that over the microphone, that logic to them, a whole squad, they start backing up and going back into the Capitol. Mm-hmm. So it's hard for me to attach on to that when I'm down there and I'm seeing things and I'm seeing the from everything from the changes to the way people perceive certain situations.
My opinion on riots then versus now. Riots in Martin and Malcolm days were literally to make that statement of you're not listening, so now this is what's happening, or you keep doing it, this is what's going to happen. Riots nowadays, I feel like, are for two reasons. One, broke people stealing shit, and
that's always been riots.
Yeah,
but.
Rodney King beating, the Rodney King riots, all those riots is always people stealing
looting.
Shit.
Yeah,
listen,
but that's what white America told themselves this time to excuse why black people were rioting, so they don't have to.
This is why I said I didn't say Rodney. I said the Malcolm and Martin days. It was they were breaking shit of peoples who they felt oppressors, etc., so forth. Versus now. People just doing it simply because, and my issue with that is they're using whatever sad shit that happened, whether it was Breonna Taylor or George Floyd, whatever, they're using that as a fucking excuse. But also, it's white people agitating the situation and adding those fucking bricks and those things and those this, and the white people that's starting it.
That's the city.
Yeah, I'm saying the white people that's starting it because they need to associate.
Talk about systemic shit. Those are systemic things. Those are strategies that they use
associate
to tactics that they use to either have black people stagnant against each other or the world against black people. It was to try to say, look, this is what black people do. That was the reason why they were sneaking bricks and all of that.
Social media
over there.
We need to be
social media.
And we do things like that. Honestly, no bullshit. We need to be more organized. If you start fucking protesting and rioting and looting, hold on.
I didn't even get
Go ahead.
The thing about black people is, even if we go out there for a peaceful protest, when the white people who agitate the situation and start throwing the bricks and breaking shit to make it something more, black people unfortunately are fucking followers and continue to do the shit that white people started. Is what the fuck white people start the shit with the whole in the whole George Floyd thing. And when they had that, they found out that it was an off-duty officer who started the shit. But what did black people do? Black people didn't be like, no, let's not do that. They fuck it. We turned up. It is. If we own one, it's up and it's stuck.
Not the ones that was there. It was like we have to understand that a lot of black people don't tune in either to what's going on. They don't tune in. A lot of them, just like when the first riot happened, the first riot that happened was natural and genuine. The second riot that happened was half of the people up there trying to, looking to steal some shit. But we can't let it take away from the cause every time someone does it for a different cause, because that's literally what America does when it comes to black people.
But
we say that all we want.
But the
every
media
time,
is going to
anytime that we
pinpoint
do it, what?
The media going to pinpoint that anyway. So.
But yeah, but it doesn't
away from it.
It doesn't mean that we stop. Like, that's what I'm saying. All the systemic stuff that's reality is those things. And if we're thinking like that, then it's like shit. The media gonna turn it anyway. And that's literally what they did. I watched people sit at home on their couches, have their opinions about what was going on downtown. But even though they were all completely wrong, including black people. And this shit was crazy because it's like that's the reason, that's the wedge that's brought, because you had the people saying, call me when y'all get serious, when y'all want to do something or whatever, because them protests ain't working, and then motherfuckers start rioting and then y'all still ain't there. Call me when y'all ready to do this or ready to do that, and then you have white America sitting there waiting and they're like, oh well, look. They're really down there. This ain't about the cause. This is about cell phones and stuff. And then you have white people that's sitting at home saying that same thing. And then you have black people that ain't down there actually seeing what's going on, agreeing. Mm-hmm. Like, oh, that's really what motherfuckers was down there to do. But there was motherfuckers down there on that.
From a place of experience. I done been in a protest.
I'm down there on foot. I'm literally saying I'm in the trenches when it's going on. You're talking about riots. And ones that you've been to, and I'm talking about the George Floyd riot, and me being down there every day, even seeing organizations come down there, take pictures with them kids, and they leave them dry when the SWAT come and they using tear gas and stuff on all them kids. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
I ain't never seen them with rubber bullets at a white rally. That's all I'm saying.
I would prefer them to have rubber bullets than for them to have real bullets.
Right.
No, because if you
they do damage, but I want to live off of your off of your trigger. I want to live off of you being scared and trigger happy.
It depends on where they hit you.
It does depend on where they hit you.
Motherfuckers left with like literally fucked up your eye. Now you're blind in one eye, or whatever the case is. I would rather them not show up.
Took your eye and your brain out.
Why y'all not showing up to the extreme white?
No, it's not making excuses. It's not giving them the pass of saying that that's valid. I'm just making that statement. It's not it's saying why do y'all have rubber bullets isn't to say exchange them for real bullets.
Yeah, but exchange it for no
because that's what they carry at those white functions. They have real bullets at those functions, but that's my point. But the only difference is those real bullets aren't sitting there in those guns waiting to kill or shoot those people. It's to protect
they
them.
Come to the extreme white supremacists, Proud Boys, whoever you want to call them. They come to them and it's a protection thing versus the black men who had marched from wherever, like Milwaukee to somewhere else, like it was some black group, and I can't remember what the fuck they called themselves.
Y'all making my point more valid than anything. When I start, yes.
Well, shit, I mean,
that's my whole point. Is this peaceful shit is not. It's like
even if it's peaceful.
White America, they still gonna get the hoses. They still gonna get the dogs. They still gonna shoot you with the rubber bullets. They still gonna. I'm talking about from era. From each era,
they wasn't shooting with rubber bullets when those riots started. They was doing that before then, which is why the riots started. We're gonna show y'all the way to do it or how to behave. Y'all gonna show America that y'all don't know how to behave like that. What
is that? What is that? What is that getting us?
It didn't happen until after the riots, but
I didn't say after the riots. I said after the protest, which is the reason why the riots happened. You gotta listen to me, yo. Because you shaking your head and stuff.
My point is, what is that getting us? Where did that get us?
What is the solution, though? What is the solution?
An eye for a motherfucking
You can say an eye for an eye, but like you said, it's not organized. And if you do an eye for an eye, you can't just go because all those men that was on that shit when they happened. Hassan Shakur wasn't saying that we need to kill all white people.
But no, you listen to what I'm saying.
I'm not twisting what you're saying
because I didn't say that. I start killing all white
I didn't
people.
say that. You say your piece, but
that.
don't you say that I said. I didn't say
But
that.
you just said that.
But it wasn't implying what you said.
Didn't say go out and kill.
Right, that doesn't imply that I'm saying that you said it.
I never, but nobody said that. So what was the point?
The point of me saying it was that, like you said earlier, is that
if the chief of police put a motherfucking cross in your yard and burn it and pull your granddaddy out the motherfucking house and kill him, string him up by the tree and lynch him, I feel like go back to the chief of the police,
right,
and do something. That's what I was saying. That was my whole point.
See, my thing is,
they're not going to understand. White people have a mental illness. They don't understand shit until it starts happening to them. They don't get it. That's why the shit keep happening. That's why we keep waking up and our black sons and daughters still missing. They getting killed on camera. That's why all of these things continue to happen, because it don't happen to them. You ain't waking up and hearing those stories about a white boy or girl being killed on camera with a fucking knee in their neck. You're not reading those stories. You're not seeing those stories.
It's not by a black man or a black person.
That's what I'm saying. You're not seeing that, so it don't matter to them. That's why they keep doing it. There's no consequences. There's no consequences. They killing us and they getting off.
Eye for an eye thing.
They getting off.
Nobody's arguing the eye for an eye.
But what I'm saying is we gotta draw back on the peaceful protest at some point. At some point, we gotta start doing something different. We have to do something different. Otherwise, we're gonna wake up and we are going to be the 0% around this motherfucker.
It don't matter what
we're gonna be dinosaurs.
We can look, hey, for real, motherfucker, like for real. We killing each other, and they killing us too.
No matter what we do, if it's not organized, it don't work.
I said that.
That was right.
I said be organized.
That's literally what I said. I said back to your
the
point.
riots and the protests and all of that shit. When they start rioting, where do they do it? In their own fucking community.
Okay, but let's.
You tearing up your own shit. You tearing up the Walgreens you need to go to and get your fucking medicine from. Yeah. What the fuck is the point of that?
It was go to
you think these white people looking back? But you think them wealthy? Do you think them wealthy white people looking saying, look at those niggas tearing up our shit?
Yeah.
Oh no, they looking at us saying, look at them dumbass niggas in their own communities tearing up their own shit. Even though we don't own the Target, even though we don't own the Walgreens, it's our shit. It's in our community. We need them.
That depends.
It's not about the insurance. But if you done tore the whole fucking Walgreens up, you can't go back there the next day and get shit.
Target said they was completely fine with it.
But do you hear what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
And you tear the shit up, how you gonna go the next day and get supplies?
Because
my thing is,
why would you go the next day and get supplies? You tore it up, you went. Motherfuckers don't just riot.
But it's somebody grandma who need her insulin. It's somebody grandma who need her insulin.
It is. That's what I mean by organized.
It wasn't the person who tore it up.
But there's a CVS. There's a CVS. She carrying insulin.
But you get what I'm saying though? You gotta go get groceries from that grocery store. You told the fuck up and
my thing is,
broke everything.
But did I experience the shit that I'm fighting for in that store? Because I don't give a fuck if it is in my community.
Well, yeah, that's different. So that's different. Depends, you know? But when we go into that mode,
who actually
when we get into that mode, we don't think about none of that shit. We just go in that mode and we start tearing shit. Burn down the police department. Okay, cool. The police killed the motherfucker. Burn that bitch down. Okay, but y'all, they get in these modes and they turn into savages. Turn into fucking savages and tear up every motherfucking thing. Nothing is organized at that point.
The rioting and looting when I say it's it's just broke people shit, because if you really if you're gonna fuck up some shit, you fuck up the police station, because that's what we're fighting for.
The Black Panther Party, they knew what the fuck they was doing. They was organized.
You fight for shit that is actually oppressing you, and instead people use that to just steal shit for no reason.
Dong.
Shoes. What the fuck? Come on now.
What you
My only point was that they've been doing it at every riot. There's not an era or a political or a leader, community leader, where they wasn't looting while they were rioting. Not one. Even Martin Luther King.
But like you said,
there's not one.
They have insurance, so they don't give a fuck. But that ain't doing no damage.
That's fine. All I said was that I wanted to make
no damage to us.
All I said is I wanted to make that point, because y'all keep comparing it like there's a certain, or you keep
Can I bring that up?
As if whoever was in position is the reason why, and there was a whole different way of going about it back then than they're doing today.
Well,
versus me being down there, plus doing research and knowing that nothing's changed even in that factor. When it comes to rioting and looting.
My point
they literally go hand in hand because there'll be people out there that's fucking up shit, the shit that's supposed to be fucked up, and then there's people that's gonna look as opportunity.
Yeah.
When they busted that window on State Street at Urban Fitters,
and
there was not a black person that went up in there.
That shit.
There was not a black person that went in there.
But
all the white people went up in there.
will not show you that.
I know. But I recorded it and I posted it. Because they went in there and they stole all that Under Armour wear and all that shit. Urban Fitters ain't even there no more because they took all that shit.
It was a big thing where black people had to upload their videos because white media was only showing black people carrying shit.
But that's the era that we're in. Who's to say that all this stuff ain't always been happening, and that's the reason why we've been stagnant. Because we're finally in a place. Even when they ask those type of questions, the news reporters like, well, what's different today? Today we have the type of technology to show the world. And that's the same thing that the lady told me at the bar when she was saying it. She was like, I was blinded to it. I always thought that black people was over exaggerating when they say certain things. It's like I know racism exists, but come on, you pulling a race card for every situation.
This is why I said.
But she said it's a double-edged sword because she said that it took for America to see when COVID came out, when monkeypox came out, and they said that basically it was black people were more targeted to get it or more likely to get it, and the world saw how China treated black people, Africans. From Europe to China to wherever they migrated to,
got put out their house,
was treated like niggas. Yeah. They got to see how it felt to be us.
But then the flip side, they were also treated like niggas themselves when Trump kept saying China virus, and then all the Chinese. That's
no, I'm not talking about the Chinese being treated like niggas.
That's when they had.
They weren't treated like niggas themselves. They weren't treated like niggas themselves because even when Trump said that, they wasn't getting kicked out of their homes. Yeah. They went into those homes, and there was African men that were married to Asian women, and it did not matter. And African women married to Asian men. Either you go with him or you stay, but he got to go. And they went in all of their places with hazmat suits. Yeah, they literally had signs on their stores again, no blacks allowed. Like, we didn't see that shit since when? We didn't see it in our lifetime. Right, and here it is all over again. They're experiencing our experience.
Yeah. So this just goes back to me always saying that everywhere in the world has this
stereotype
of black people because of white media. America
because America controls what other countries see as far as the media.
As the only way you can not be a bad black person
is if you're a celebrity or an athlete. Yeah, and that's what the African ladies
don't do nothing wrong or in their eyes wrong as a celebrity because you're canceled.
But that's the reason why people believe it. That's the reason why you're canceled, and that's the reason why people are quick to believe whenever a black person that's a celebrity gets into the light of shame. It's because I knew it, and it was only a matter of time.
But I'm saying like cancellation, the cancel culture really
for black
only
people.
Applies to black people.
No. Cancel culture. Black people created cancel culture, and then it applied to. Yes, we did.
Right on that.
Yes,
we real good with that shit.
Yes, not against black people, but we created black culture. I mean, cancel culture to cancel all these people that were doing the same shit that we were getting in trouble for. That's where cancel culture came from, and then white people started appropriating it and started using it as a power tool, like the government does.
Blackball, but it used to be called blackball.
Yeah,
blackball.
Right. We did cancel culture.
It used to be called
blackball.
I like to say appropriation because it doesn't sound bad. It sounds like seriously. How I appropriated your phone. This is my shit now. to my shit now.
I'm gonna put my picture on the
But
stage.
listen, when I say I appropriate it, it doesn't sound bad.
No.
It doesn't make it seem like I
and
did
too,
something.
the thing with canceling,
That sounds
the
really
thing with canceling white culture or canceling white people, you know, I feel like they can always come back. Like it's white people when you cancel it doesn't.
That's
stick
the
to
reason,
them.
and that's the reason why I
That's why I say
said
it's mostly
cancel
white
culture is
people.
not black culture. We created it to call them out on their bullshit
But it's become
for the same shit that we were getting in trouble for. Exactly.
Yeah,
we start to the point where we start doing it on ourselves with each other. We forgot the reason why we started doing it, and but they do that. That's the systemic part. It's just strategies to get you to double back. Now we no longer worried about. We might say or mention stuff about Tom Hanks and motherfuckers being on that Epstein's list.
Yes, they do.
But we not going hard. Why? Because that ain't our people.
No.
But let me see LeBron James or somebody on that list. Now we going hard and we want him canceled. We don't even give a fuck about none of the white people that was on there.
Shout out to LeBron James for not having no scandals. You mentioned him.
That's why I
said he has them, and just like he said, get talked about a little bit. And
But what scandals have you heard?
They say he cheated on his wife with Drew Sidora.
I didn't.
Yes, it was everywhere for a second. For 1 second.
I'm mad as hell that why the fuck her name got her? I'm only really bringing up the game, the show, the game.
Oh yeah.
She's fucking.
I don't even remember her. Like,
I don't know her from the game.
Fucking other niggas, man. And here you go.
And she actually was the one who brought it up about LeBron.
She's a real person.
She was on an interview and somebody asked her something and she was like, yeah, you know, I used to date this high profile basketball player, and you know they got the digging and stuff like that, and this bitch just started dropping that like. What did you want? Yeah, she said.
I think the reason why.
She said the king, and everybody knows him as the king. You know what I'm saying? And it was a time like he's been with his wife since high school.
He was with his wife at the time, but I think that when he dated her, it was back. It was years and years back around that time, which is the reason why people didn't dwell on it too much. They start coming after her like girl, was trying to get some clout. It's a clout chaser move because. Right. Since he's been in the limelight, since he's been with King James, there's been no scandals.
Right.
There's been scandals, but there's been scandals against Barack, but they wasn't true. A scandal doesn't necessarily mean true. It's just rumors that
I was just saying that I haven't heard many.
Right, you're right. But that was one of the reasons why I used him as an option, so people wouldn't rebuttal with some shit they didn't. But here she go, real ass Riri with the scoop.
Hey, I'm never even first off.
You already know she knows some shit. She's
first off, listen. Legit. I didn't even know that was a real name. I only knew her as a character from the game.
That's her real fucking name.
That's a real person. That was her name in the show, though.
Yeah, so she was playing as herself in the show.
But I only thought she was a fucking character. I didn't know her from nowhere else. Like that's
you don't know her.
You stole Melody, man.
Yeah, but that's her music didn't take off.
During the whole show ass girl.
He was just mad at Melody.
Fucking shit up, man. He's trying to get his shit together, and you keep coming making him fuck shit up.
She's pregnant.
You making us look bad out here because he's
pregnant.
Pregnant.
But he's pregnant.
That's when Melody started fucking with the dark skinned guy. She fucked him in the bathroom, etc.
She started acting like a real.
But hold on. Let me ask this question though. Was she really? She dropped it like
no. The only reason why I say she started acting like a whore is because you don't use your vagina to get back at a nigga.
Listen,
don't
that's
do that.
That's facts. But let me say this, and what I was gonna say.
Ain't gonna do it.
No, listen, and I agree. But let me.
It don't give you the get back that you think it does, right?
It doesn't. But let me ask you this though, and the only reason that because normally I would be like, yeah, it was totally shit or whatever. But the only reason, and she jumped with him quick, sure. But then again, women jump with motherfuckers quick anyway. But my question was.
She said it, not me.
I do.
Wait a minute. I don't agree with that.
Prove me wrong. No. My question is because like, yeah, she jumped fast with him, but. he was aside from Derwin, he was the only other person that she wanted.
No, go double back because I literally just said she was a whore in my eyes because for you never use your vagina to get back to her. And then I don't even the quick shit is like if the vibe is right and you want to fuck like we grown. You know what I'm saying? We grown.
Don't put yourself in a position though where you're fucking somebody.
But it was revenge. Yeah, it was revenge. Yeah,
this is one of the things that I was teaching my daughter. You know, just growing up and me telling her about her friends and stuff like they're gonna
have some fucking respect for yourself.
They're gonna be willing to do some things that you won't do, and you might think that guy's choosing them because they're better than you.
No,
it's not. It has everything to do with what they're willing to do and that you're not. So don't ever put yourself in a position
to compromise
because it's different. It's different because, like I said, like women fucking men soon or not. You know, not waiting a long time. That's not the issue.
No,
it's where you do it, when you do it, how you do it. Because you want to do it.
Is it really where?
No, it is. Now, hold on. Because if we say where, because you know people say you're a whore. That's why in the car.
No, I didn't mean it like that. I didn't mean like just location. When I'm saying in, I mean all of those factors are.
That's why I said does it really matter where?
No. All those factors is considered.
Outside of a garbage can now.
Because me.
Ari Lennox, she was like her song that Shea Butter. Wait a minute, what?
I got some questions.
Only the
somebody got some hygiene issues.
Some motherfuckers suck some dick on the side of a garbage can.
I don't want to get my let alone.
Listen, guys, I only brought up Ari because y'all said on the trash can, but in her song Shea Butter, baby, she say something about being back.
Because somebody else wrote it and they're saying it so that other women do
have a reaction to it.
And she ain't never been herself. Now, wait, somebody like her gonna be fucking sucking in. She ain't gonna suck your dick by the garbage can in your house. On the dumpster outside.
Now, I don't know what the fuck Ari will do. I don't know her personally. But let me tell you something. I done fucked in the house.
You know why? Because it goes back to what I'm saying. It ain't about you fucking him in the bathroom. But if you didn't make him get to know what type of woman you is, and you don't, and it don't take a lot of time for a woman to do that. The way you carry yourself and everything.
Because I'm fucking my man in the bathroom. Right. Baby, we at the restaurant.
Listen, it's two. It's two scenarios or responses. It's two responses that a guy is gonna give about a woman that's fucked in the bathroom.
I like to say I'm spontaneous.
I do it underneath the table at the restaurant.
Because if a man respects you, when he relays it to the next person, it's gonna be, man, we
I just be sucking my dick.
No, he don't say that if he respects you.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
There's two responses.
Yeah.
You fucked the nigga in the bathroom. One nigga is gonna be like, man, you know, I met this chick. We made love. That shit was passionate as fuck. He didn't even mention the bathroom. He forgot to mention the bathroom because all he talking about is how pretty your smile was, how smart you are, how you carry yourself, man. This chick is queen because you presented yourself as that at the beginning versus you trying to get revenge. So you gonna fuck this nigga in the bathroom. Now you that bitch or that hoe, he fucked in the bathroom. And now you wonder why, even though you and him still talking and getting to know each other, his friends is all in your inbox. And instead of you taking it as, oh, it's because they know what he out here doing. You should be taking it as it's because he knows how you portrayed him. It's how you represent, how he represented you when he told them about you.
Because look, it's not a lot that a woman can do where I'll be like, you're a whore.
Right.
But because I believe in whore. Because
what? No, who is it? Young Black?
Yeah. You're a whore.
Fucking whore. You little dirty whore.
Whore. Yo, stupid whore. Black youngster.
Oh yeah.
Whore.
You want women to start?
Whore. Hey, but no, it's not a lot that a woman can do because I don't have a double standard for women. You know, like what a man will do, I call him a whore.
I don't hold a
woman do, I'll call her a whore too. But it's not a lot that a woman can do that I would say because I believe in sexual freedom. I do. You know, and I'm not with the whole sluts movements and things, you know, the whole Amber Rose Black
because there's
thing.
There's
a lot.
But then there's actually a black
shout out to Black China who now going by her regular name.
I love that for her. But there's not a lot that a woman can do where I'm just like, you're a whore. But me being grown now.
Right.
Because when I was younger, I was promiscuous too. I fucked